Hello, welcome back. It's Sunday, time for a weekly review. Let's see what opportunities lie ahead of us for next week. Last week, you've seen in my review yesterday that I had a nice week. It's the first month of the year, January. I was up 8,000 overall. Within the last week, I actually made 5,000. So I was patient. I sat down for my positions. I let them ride, and just at the end of the month, I took my profit. So now I look at the market for next month. Let's see what's happening. Maybe we can hop on a couple of long-term trades and maybe some short-term. I don't know yet. Like you know, maybe by now I trade Adidas a lot. This one I took all the swings and I had a nice ride and just closed out again. We see this bearish bar over here. I would like to see this one retrace a little bit further from here till the trend line. A bounce off the trend line, so that's around the 150 area. I am willing to re-enter and go long again. The previous high was around the 160, so when I enter this, part of my profit taking will be around the 160 area. I expect a reaction from there again, and after the pullback maybe I re-enter. I don't know yet, and after that we ride it further. So we got a setup here that's a 1, 2, 3, 4 with re-enter possibilities over here and some take profits around the previous. Let's draw in a horizontal line. Previous resistance. You can imagine this is an all-time high that the price will struggle to get through. So this is a nice. It's 10 points from 50 to 60 is a nice move. If you can manage your positions properly, then that is a nice move. So Adidas is one I'm looking at right now. I don't know if this week will be the week where price comes down far enough, or maybe next week we'll see a move like that. But I'm definitely watching this one. If you think this is important to get an alert, just press add alert around the 150 area and you'll get a message once price reaches that spot. Let me check back over here. I have my other positions. Let's stay in the European session. Volkswagen, same thing. I pointed out, let's move to the weekly quickly. I pointed out that Volkswagen has taken a beating from the whole software scandal. Has been ranging for half a year, now for a quarter, and started moving again. It ran into this area, which is obvious, around the 154.55, because this was a previous support zone, and after that we saw this gap. Well, not it is important for now, but let's move back to the daily chart. We see some nice swings. I entered this one on the break of the 45. I took my profits around here. I entered with the retest. This one is already it moved through the 54 level. It was obvious why it bounced over here. I think this one will continue. Of course, everything below the 145 is I'm out, because there is a break of this low, and I'm not feeling this this setup anymore. But for now, I'm eyeing this one. Is actually the same as Adidas. It's pulling back. I would like to see it touch around here, but also the 150 level to make it easy. They're moving in the same price range. Once it touches this level, I am looking to possibly re-enter, because also the moving average will be over there. I don't know. I don't expect a move up just yet, so maybe some more pullback just below the 150 would be a nice area to re-enter. So keep your eyes open on this possible swing trade as well. Also keep in mind that in the next 2 weeks we are going to see earnings from as well Volkswagen as Adidas. I don't know for sure, but I think it's mid February somewhere. You can look that up on investing.com or on the website of Volkswagen and Adidas. So that's another setup. Let's move to the US session. I am currently in Nvidia already. I saw this break, it moved up and I waited for a retest, and around here I saw price touch this area. Here it touched again, so the 100 is in fact a nice support, and I started adding positions once this trend line got broken and this moving average got broken. So I'm expecting a nice move back up to the 120s. Let's just draw it out for you guys. I expect a little pullback. Of course, we always see that in price. And then of course we see the previous high also over here, which gives us another pullback, and then eventually we go through. I am setting up right here right now for take profit at 120, 125 and 130. So this is these are some nice setups for the month February. Very strong stock. Let's take a look at this one. It's amazing. So going back to the daily, what else do we got? Alibaba, yes, of course, we have Alibaba. We entered a couple of times. I pointed out previously, still running, still going for that previous high around 10. Let's pull it up a little bit. Currently moved up again, is pulling back. This will be a nice place where I will re-enter. I showed it, I pointed this out a couple of weeks ago, and it's happening right now. Re-enter, re-enter. Couple of nice moves. I am currently loading up positions in Alibaba just as Nvidia. Facebook I missed. Let me see what else I got on here. Shopify, yes, of course, we watched Shopify. It's still trending up, a small pullback, and now it's up here again. I am not going into this. I want to see a bigger pullback, and I'm just thinking about entering this trade when we are around here. This would be my first area to enter, my first demand zone to get long again. Shopify is to me a potential trade that I am willing to open for a couple of months maybe. I think when I can get in around the 145, I think I want to ride this one this year, maybe around the 100 level. So this is different setup. It's more of a trend trade I'm watching here, but I'm not going to enter right now. I'm waiting for a pullback first. Definitely watching this. Also, if you want to trade this one, just add an alert, and you'll get notified once we are in. So what else do we got on the US session? We got some more. I'm gonna add IBM and I'm gonna add Netflix next week. So keep an eye out. Those will be two different analysis, but we'll be watching that closely. Then move over to the currencies, the forex. This is a pretty steep pullback, as you can see. We are actually making lows over here. This area is of course of great value because it was resistance quite some times, and as you can see, price has bounced a couple of times. Last week price actually moved in this range. Trying to decide which way they are going. When we move to the 4-hour chart, we can see a very nice pattern. Me as a technical trader, I love to see this. Decent highs to connect 3 times, very nice. We see that the trend line is still respected, so we are not yet in a up move, but we see price is struggling with the moving average. It's going up and down. We see those long wicks, those pins that tell us that once price goes lower, it moves back up aggressively. it's too early. It's too early to call this one. But another clue we have is over here. The trend line on the. We draw a trend line on the. Over here, we see some divergence already. Actually, we can draw the trend line way over here, and then we can see there was even more divergence already. Not that clean, but not really into this one. Nah, I'm not. I'm gonna remove this. US dollar Swiss franc. I'm watching this because we see markets starting to consolidate. We can see that the downward momentum is fading a little bit. That is one thing we watch, but another thing I look at, of course, is the dollar index, and here we see the same thing. The dollar index is in a very critical spot right now because we do not want to see this one break. If it does, then there is some more downward potential in this one. I would like to see this one reverse because it gives us some nice opportunity. We can, in trading view, we can view this one only on a daily, so I can't show you guys what's going on a 4-hour chart, but I think on a 4-hour we just broke the moving average, so there is something, definitely something going on here. Another dollar related pair is the well, actually I pointed out this one before as well. A couple of touches, trend line got respected. This one is turning around. When we look at the 4-hour chart, we can see a break of the moving average, we can see a divergence on the RSI already, and we just saw a break last Friday of this very important resistance area, and we'll see next week if this turns into support. If it does, we have ourselves a great opportunity. Of course, the moving average and a potential trend line we can draw in again will give us some direction on where our stop should be. This is definitely an entry area, and once the dollar really gets its strength back over the coming couple of weeks, then we are having a nice trade. I have to say, with all the Trump things going on, it's a little risky to trade the US. He's doing some pretty strange things, closing the borders and anti. Well, I'm not going to get into the politicals right now, and my opinion doesn't matter in this case. I'm just here to trade, and I just see risk in Mr. Trump. So let's keep an eye out on that. Of course, last but not least, gold is also a dollar-related one. It rallied quite nicely on dollar weakness. Dollar is looking to regain some strength, and well, gold is already making lows prior to this one, so maybe we wait for a retest from this area. If it bounces, and it bounces off the moving average, we can see some more downside potential. So there are quite some setups, but I think you have to be patient for this week. Let's just see some more confirmation. Retest confirms more downside here as well. Now market is consolidating. We want to see a break of this trend line where it's struggling at now, and we want to see a convincing break away from the moving average, while divergence is already showing us some shift in momentum. Well, and of course we want to see the break of this level, because for some reason price seems to struggle over here. So when we get through, we are seeing some nice moves potentially. So that's it for this week, guys. For me, there's quite some things to watch, but then again, I'm watching them. I'm not really. I'm loading on Alibaba at the moment, and I'm waiting for some pullbacks to re-enter on the other stocks, the European and US session stocks I just showed you. Set your alarms. Contact me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. Just send me your questions. Glad to help, and good luck next week. Happy trading.